what's up guys? Alright, what's up guys? Today we're shooting Danny and Nora. They're going to this place called Patom. It's a really nice looking place, very green, and I wanted to talk about how to take cinematic photos. Today I'm only shooting with the Sigma 50mm 1.4 EX GG. Sigma, you need to relax with the names, alright? You need to have better names. Pick better names. EXDGH is something 50mm 1.4. That's it. So that's for Sigma. I'm busy. And also I'm shooting with the, well, my favorite lens. If you haven't seen the video I did on this one, watch it here or here, I don't know. The 10 to 18mm super wide. It's tight. And I know that people don't believe that you can take portraits with a wide lens, but no, I'm playing. But I do. So I'm just gonna tell you the tips. I have 10 tips for taking cinematic portraits. Alright, tip number 1, match the colors of the outfits. If you have a model, match the colors of the outfits to the colors of the location that you're at. So if you're in a green spot, make sure that you have like some sort of like green, or you know, if you're shooting up with the sky, make sure you have like a little bit of blue. That's tip number 1. It would look really nice with the background and if they match the background. Tip number 2, the more expression on the faces on the face of the model, the better the photo will look. So it's really important that your model always has like an expression on her face and not like the dead resting bitch face. I mean, it's nice sometimes, but like not all the time. Usually movies, because we're shooting cinematic photos, we take inspiration from movies, right? So usually for movies, it's better to get further away than close-up shots. I'm gonna do close-up shots as well because we're shooting a model and she probably wants profile photos or portfolio photos and stuff, but it's better always to shoot further away because you can show more of the scene and you can also play with the tones, which is the next tip. The next tip is about the tones and the coloring. So make sure that when you edit the photos, you use the same tones, the same colorings and split tones and everything with the same colors. That sounded very awkward and weird. What I mean is edit with like the same, if you have like presets, edit it with the same presets. So you can put them in one series, like for Instagram for example. So you can put all of them in one series and it will look like scenes from a movie. Try to use light to your advantage. So if you have a part of the location that you're shooting with like light coming through, try to use it in your photos, so when you change the tones in your editing process. I can't talk. What I mean is, if there is like a light beam coming through the photo, try to use it. So in the editing process, you go to the cold tones, you get cooler, and you get to the warm tones and you get warmer, so you can use that to your advantage and make the photos look very similar in the editing.
Yeah. Post-production.
Next tip, which I know a lot of my friends who are photographers don't do this, but keep your presets. It will save you so much time, and you can always tweak them a little bit for every photo. And it's also good for you to have like I hate themes for Instagram, but you know, you can have them as a theme on your Instagram, so you can just tweak them a little bit but keep the tones the same almost. Next tip, use framing to hello. You can use framing and composition in a pleasing way to the eyes. So 1/3 if you use it and have the model in like one third of the you know, the grid thing. Yeah, that's not a, there you go. So use that to your advantage. So either shoot the model with the model being in the center and the subject of the photo, and then you know, the rest of the scene, or use the 1/3 and have her on the 1/3 of the image, and then the rest will be the scene. I'm not gonna do that. And a tip on this tip, like a bonus tip on this, would be if the model is looking to the right, like this. Hold on, I think it's better if I hello. The model is looking this way, so it looks natural when she's looking that way. Any way that the model is looking, it's better to have space so you can show the viewer that she's looking at something. When you crop the photo right by her face and she's looking the other way, it just looks a little bit awkward. Don't shoot straight down the model's face. That's the next tip. Don't shoot straight down the model's face, because anybody can do that. Your grandpa could just pick up a camera and shoot just standing right. Shoop, shoop. Not difficult. That's not difficult. But just get creative with the compositions. Get weird. Shoot from below. Lay on the floor and shoot up. That sounds crazy, but it's nice. You can always use composition to your advantage. So you can make your photos look different than other people's photos just by getting creative with the composition. That was tip number 9. Oh, actually, that was tip number 8. Tip number 9 is about your kit or your gear or whatever you want to call that, right? Came the wrong way. So listen, I need to turn around real quick because and I'm late. Sorry, Danny. All right, tip number 1. So we were talking about lenses. So change your lenses. Shoot with different focal lengths. Shoot wide. Shoot close-ups. Shoot a 1.4 at a really low angle, where you know the whole sky is blurry, but that the tone of the sky still shows that it's a sky. That sounded terrible. If you shoot with a wide lens, and a lot of people say no, it's not cool. If you shoot with a wide lens and a lot of people say like no, it's not cool, blah blah blah. Fuck what everybody says. I like it. So yeah, this is kind of a repetition on one of the tips that I already gave y'all. I don't want to do that. Like, you know, the second time me repeating this tip because it's very important, and it's the tones again. So for example, when you watch a movie like Godfather, right? Godfather is definitely one of the greatest movies of all time, right? You can't disagree because I can't hear. It's definitely one of the greatest movies of all time, right? What they did in that movie was they used one light on top of every person in that film, and it just made their eyes have like a big shadow underneath them, and it shows that it shows like an evil kind of side, or like the mafia, and like very, oh my god, what is happening here? Back to Godfather. So when you watch that movie, because they use one light, the whole tone and the feeling of the movie is very mysterious and evil, and they have like, you can't really see their eyes, and you know, they used warm tones, like the part that Marlon Brando is crying, they used warmer tones, so it shows like the whole family thing, and the whole, you know, warmth of a family, if you will. I don't know what I'm saying, but you know what I mean. So do as I say, not as I do. Gary V, thank you. Alright, so I gave you the tips. Now I'm gonna go and try and do these things that I just told you, and I'm gonna show you the photos that we take one by one, and I'm gonna also show you some, you know, I gotta do some B-roll, so let's just get to it, right? Alright, I hope you like this video. Like and subscribe. Cinematic portrait gang. That's, I don't know what I'm doing. Alright guys, bye.